completely full, and it was completely filled with love. See what I'm saying? Which makes his soul stronger for his next attempt to come down. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He really wants you to get another companion.
Okay.
He's like, look, I would love for someone else to be rescued and to feel the love that you have to give. It's going to help with the void of me, and it's going to help me feel better to watch you not be so sad. Okay? He will come and visit you on occasion, so you will hear his like collar jingling. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You might sense him or smell him here and there, because he does come down and check on you. But he's like, I am not going to stay very long, because if I stay, you stagnate. See what I'm saying? If you smell or think you hear him, you go backwards right now. So he's going to wait till you get a little bit healthier and a little bit stronger. What's likely going to happen, Kim, is once you get another dog, you might see this new dog running around looking like he's playing with something. See what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So it might look like this other dog is actually playing with another dog that you can't see. See what I'm saying? So I think he'll be down a little bit more often once he feels you're a little bit healed. You feel incredibly raw to me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And that's why I'm trying to be very delicate how I'm phrasing some of this, because I feel like it is very touch and go for you.
Okay, though. I'm okay. Moment.
I don't even mean in this moment. I just mean from day to day, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, you're fine, and then gone. You know what I'm saying? It's that coming home. It's that,
Yeah.
you know, wanting that when you go to bed. Did he sleep on the bed? He wasn't supposed to. I said he wasn't supposed to, but you said sometimes you would let him. Yeah. Yeah. And you did. You saw his soul. You didn't see him as a dog. You saw him as a soul.
Yeah, I did.
And you talked to him like he was of value and not just a dog. You know what I mean? What do you want to ask him? Couldn't ask for a better mom.
Just that he's okay, that he's happy,
Check and check.
and just that he knows that. Just that he knows that I tried everything to make this disease better. We did really well for a long time, but I just, in the end, tried so hard, but we couldn't do it.
He
But I
was
tried.
right. He was okay. Like had you waited a little longer, he would have stuck around for you. Not terribly much longer, but he was willing to stick it out for probably maybe 6 months.
Right.
See what I'm
I
saying?
couldn't just, it wasn't,
Right.
I knew it was.
No, I'm just
time.
saying he
Yeah.
doesn't understand. I'm
Yeah.
just saying he would have stayed, is what he's saying, but
Right.
he doesn't understand. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want him to stay like that.
Cause I feel like what he's commenting on the most, that bothered him the most, was like this arthritis or something in one of the front legs. Did he have some kind of joint issue?
Well, I think all leg issues and the lameness can be from the valley. It's all valley fever related.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why he brought that up after that, because he
Yeah.
said, because to me it feels like arthritis, but then I got this infection.
He didn't show that as
No.
often, so I didn't know if he had pains in his joints, because he seemed to not with the medications, but the medications, jacked him up.
Well, and that's what I mean. It's like sometimes when we don't do the medications, we just kind of let nature take its course, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Because sometimes the drugs have those side effects. Going to the vet is scary and traumatic. Not for him necessarily, but sometimes
Yeah, he was
it
pretty
traumatizes the dog more. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, he keeps talking what hurt the most was so shoulder and then the first joint in his front right leg
Okay.
is what hurt him the most. And then this part of his abdominal would feel like it was hot. So to me that feels like an infection. So he's like, it would feel hot and I would feel like a little nauseous. But he wasn't aware of like any kind of kidney failures and things like that.
Right.
He didn't know what that feeling was from. See what I'm saying? So he's like, I would have stayed as long as possible, because that was the only thing that he's saying hurt
Okay.
him. So all this other stuff he could feel, but it wasn't as painful as that
Yeah.
to move around with. But he, like I said, he tried his doggy darndest, no pun intended, but maybe pun intended, to not show it, because he knew once he couldn't hide it, and he did a damn good job of not showing it.
Wow.
He did a damn good job of not showing it. There were certain days he felt super lethargic and tired, and you sensed it, and that's really what tipped you off, was his lethargy. See what I'm saying? And he's like, I really tried, but there were some days I was just too tired. You know, it was days when his tummy felt hot, he keeps saying. And, you know, after a couple of days, I felt okay again. I wasn't, you know, the young, boundless puppy, but I felt okay. See what I'm saying? But that was enough to get you started. See what I'm saying? And he knows you meant well. He knows that you were trying to help him. But I do think some of those medicines actually exacerbated things. Question?
No, just wanted him to know that I tried,
He knows that.
but I wasn't.
He knows.
We weren't gonna hold on if it wasn't gonna get
He-
better or make him suffer. Cause that's the last thing I wanted, was no suffering. So it was a short time we had together. I tried to make, you know, best of every moment.
Yeah, but you know, think about it. There's something to that, you know, one dog year is 7 years in their mind.
Yeah.
So to him, you know, it was,
I just wanted him to have a good life while he was here. It just sucks that he had to leave early.
he didn't want to. And like I said, he was willing to stick it out a little longer. He's not, you know, mad or anything. That,
Yeah.
you know, the course was taken. And for really what it felt like, to what he's saying, is like, it's like I got just super sleepy. It's almost like when you go into like a meditative state, or you're falling asleep and your heart rate gets slower. See what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
to him, it was, the heart finally stopped, but he just got super sleepy. And when he first kind of woke up, if you want to call it that, he was confused about where you were. I mean, he looked for you when he was on the other side. It took him
Okay.
a while to understand. And it looks like friggin' Jesus himself, which would not surprise me in this, for dogs and animals. He's like, I could talk to him telepathically, and then he just walked me to this big green field, and all these dogs came at me, and it's been fun. But he misses feeling you petting him. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to, what the hell was that about? If you want to get some kind of stuffed animal, or even better, another dog. See what I'm saying? I think he really wants to make sure you're okay. But if you would get another dog or a stuffed animal and start stroking it, I think he would show up to try to feel it himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I think she's only been actually mad at me about 3 times. Where you were actually mad at me. And that's pretty good for a dog. But really, the scene I keep seeing is like, he's standing and then he's got all these dogs around him, like, dude, what was it like? Dude, seriously, you were allowed to have the front seat? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's that kind of stuff. You know, and there's a couple of the other weaker dogs, and the ones that still have like a chain to kind of show me
Yeah.
what happened to them. And they're like, so you've never even felt that before? Like, to try to run and you know, it's like, not other than when I was just being playful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like you ever just tethered him and left him somewhere. He's got no recollection of that. So these other dogs are like, what? You know what I mean? They're like, really? And he's saying that, well, heck, I don't, the only time I was ever put into a cage or a crate is when I was at the hospital. So I don't even think you had a crate for him at your house. What's the red plaid? Well, I shouldn't say plaid. It feels like his dog bed or something he keeps talking about. And I feel like it has a pattern on it, though. It's not
Kind
red.
of.
It's not a solid color. It has a pattern, but I see the red quick.
Yeah.
And then I feel like
Kind of.
there's other colors mixed in there, like in a pattern, but not plaid. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's saying, that bed made him feel like royalty as well. The fact that he had his own bed. See what I'm saying? I had the front seat, and she would even put a towel down, so I didn't have to worry about ruining anything. You know what I mean? But to him, that was you allowing him to be him. Where most dogs are like, we're not supposed to shed when we're in the car. It's like you can't shed hair while you're walking around. Do you even know when you're doing it? No. See what I'm saying? We're gonna give you about another 4 weeks. So maybe the end of October, before they're gonna probably give you let's do it this way, put you in a position to take a new love home. So you're probably gonna be getting another dog pretty soon. I know you don't feel ready for that, but it's exactly what you need. See what I'm saying? Now Riley's saying, I don't want you to get another dog that looks exactly like me, because it's not gonna work. But I do feel this new dog is about the same size, and he has a little bit of gray on him. Does that make sense? So I feel like there's a little bit of a multicolor thing going on here, but there's just enough gray to remind you of him without being too much like him. See what I'm saying? This almost feels like a little bit like what is that? That's not a min pin. What is that? Kind of looks. What is that? A terrier? Some kind of terrier? White, maybe a little bit of black, a little bit of gray. See what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's a little bit of different colors on them. I wish I could draw what I'm seeing here, but about the same size, but a different breed.
Okay.
And I feel like he's going to be that full size. Like I don't think you're getting a puppy, because you don't want to go through
Right.
that. So I feel like this might be 2, 3, 4 years old, the dog that you get. But the dog that you get desperately wants to be loved and desperately wants an owner like you and hasn't been able to find that yet. Okay? I do think this dog was, born into a good environment, puppies on a farm type of feeling, had an owner, doesn't know where the owner went. I think the owner is passing away. See what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at this 2 months down the road. So I think the owner might be passing away. See what I'm saying? And in 2 months, you're going to cross paths. So Riley really wants you to take something home. He's like, I know you want to love on me specifically, but it's more important that you love on something. See what I'm saying? It's killing you not to have something to cuddle. See what I'm saying? And even the little fix that you got here today with mine, I mean, that has helped you just to get that fix, so to speak. See what I'm saying? And it's going to help with the mourning process, believe it or not, because it's that